Hello everyone, today we're going to do a little game review, and let's just get right into it. So today we're going to be looking at the game Fortis. And I first want to start out with the good stuff, first being the area progression. I really found that to be really engaging, and I thought that was really nice to have that in the game. I really felt like you were actually progressing through the game, as most people who are higher level went into the higher level areas, and most people in lower level went into the lower level areas. The second thing I want to touch on is the music and soundtrack. I found that to be also really nice as well, although I would like to see a little bit more music and soundtrack in the game, as you go through different environments, you see different soundtracks. But overall, I found it to be really nice and very suiting for the game. Another two things I want to kind of look at is the combat and environment. I found both of those to be really nice, especially the combat. I think we already touched up on the environment being kind of nice progression, but the combat is what I really wanted to harp on and appreciate, because this is unlike any game you see in Polytoria. I've seen a lot of people in the comments of the games. I find it to be really amazing because you don't see this anywhere else on Polytoria at all. It's not like a cloned asset or anything, or just stolen from another person's project. It's totally original, and I found that to be very, very nice. Another thing I wanted to look at before I kind of get into the criticisms is the skill progression and the payout system. I found the skill progression to be also pretty interesting. As you get more levels, you get more skills, and I think that it should be nerfed a little bit, because all I do personally is invest into power, and that basically works, because if I can kill it before it gets to me, it basically can't get me. And also want to touch on the payout system. I think it's really nice that people can pay each other out, help the newer players out, but I'll touch on the little criticisms later into the video on that. But yeah, let's get into the actual criticisms now that we've run over all the actual good stuff of the game. Things that I think the game should improve in is probably the enemy design. I was thinking maybe incorporate enemies that rely on you to have certain stats at a high level. Some enemies would like you to have high agility, some enemies would like you to have high defense or high attack. I mean, all enemies would like you to have high attack, so maybe in that sense even add more stats, maybe more bosses in the game, because I found those to be really fun, fighting with other players. And I think if you add more end game bosses rather than just the big one that not many people focus on, it'd be a bit more engaging for the community. The second thing is just the payout system in general. I kind of hinted on this at the end of the improvement section, but I thought of maybe you could add a limit on how many payouts you can make to other players. Maybe get rid of the limit with a game pass of some sort. It's nice, however, it just makes the game stale as you get into the end game, which is getting all your levels to the max, and skipping from wooden sword to the best weapon in the game kind of makes it a little bit redundant. Or you can fix this all by adding a challenger game mode at the beginning of the game, which lets you choose whether you can receive payouts. This would make the game tutorials more prevalent, and this is something that you see in RuneScape and other RPGs, I'm pretty sure, where it's really focused on progressing by yourself, and it's more getting other players advice than it's more getting other players items, which I'd find to be really interesting on how you can incorporate it into this game. And then the second thing is the number of weapons. I would like to see more. I think that everyone kind of echoes this. Possibly more weapon classes, you can add the rocket launcher script as a base for the bow weapon class, and for example, a spear weapon class would have low attack speed but high power. These are just all ideas I'm just throwing out, but I think that they would be interesting to add to the game. And overall, I really enjoy the game. I definitely think it deserves more attention, and I definitely see it getting a lot of attention, and I think I don't think it gets that much praise on the Discord as it does in on the actual website. But yeah, I think that thanks to Tacky for putting in all the dedicated work for it, and I definitely want to see more updates in the future, because personally I really like this game, and I'd really like to see improvements based on the community, but also kind of based on to what I've said in this video, which kind of sums up the little community stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching. I also will definitely leave the Fortis Discord in the description, so you can check that out. Subscribe, do the good stuff, and I'll be back with another one.
Bye.